What's up, Game Boys and Girls? Big T here, back with another video, and we're going to talk about the most recent Nintendo Direct briefly, because there's not a whole lot, well, in it for me. Some people have called it, basically kind of the remaster remake Direct, which is pretty fair. Just want to go over what stood out for me and what I thought about the Direct overall. I thought it was an okay Direct. If you're somebody who missed all of these games, this is pretty stellar. But if you're somebody like me who's been playing Nintendo stuff for a long time, it's all right. There's some stuff I'm gonna get that I already bought. Basically remakes. The remake of Super Mario RPG looks pretty good. I like that it's kind of retaining the original art style. Even with the updated graphics, it still kind of has that kind of little toy, almost like not diorama. What is it? What is it like the little kind of model look that it had? A little kind of toy model. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. Design to it. It's retaining that, and it's staying pretty modest, even with all the stuff it probably could do. I like the fact that it's staying true to its original, the original game, much like what was it, Zelda: Link's Awakening, that remaster or remake a couple years ago. It kind of also retained the feel of the original, even though it didn't look like the original, but in some ways it kind of still did. So I like that. What else? Do I continue to talk about? I guess I'll continue to talk about the remakes, remasters. Paper Mario and a Thousand Year Door. Fans have been wanting this game for a long time to come back. I think fans in general just want that style of Mario RPG to return, which is the turn-based battles kind of style for Mario RPG games, and kind of the personality to come back, because that I will agree with, especially some of the personality in Paper Mario games have kind of waned since Thousand Year Door. Although I think Paper Mario, which is kind of a different game, had a lot of personality in it. But yeah, the NPC characters, your your group, the people that are in the game with you, the characters in the game with you that go on your quest. They lacked personality in the previous games. I think Sticker Star was like the turning point as far as that goes, and then Paper Mario Color Splash, while it had some personality, it still kind of had nothing on like Thousand Year Door or the first Paper Mario game. And where I think Origami King does have a lot of personality, doesn't have a lot when it comes to NPC design, character design. It's just a bunch of toads. There's a lot of toads. And I wish, with as rich as the Mushroom Kingdom is, they should do more, the way Thousand Year Door did. But a lot of fans are seeing this as some kind of litmus test. If we buy this game in droves, we'll send a message to Nintendo that we want. No. No. I've said 1,000 times, Nintendo's going to do what Nintendo wants to do when it comes to that kind of stuff. You're not showing them. They know. Maybe they just don't want to spend the time on developing characters that way in Paper Mario games. Because a message was sent with Thousand Year Door, not Thousand Year, with what's the 3DS one? I just said it. Oh my gosh, Paper Mario the 3DS one. Why I can't remember the name right now. I just said it. But that one is the highest selling one, and it has, a lot of the flaws that people don't like in current Paper Mario games. I almost said Paper Jam. But yeah, so that don't buy the game for that. You buy it because you want it, not because you're trying to send some message. That's not, Nintendo doesn't really operate that way. They saw an opportunity to, make a game that's going to look pretty good, and not cause too much of a resource hog for them, and that's why they're making Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I guess you can include this on the remake front. F-Zero 99. I wish I recorded myself watching that direct. I almost did, but I just got lazy. I guess didn't want to do it. I went from a new F-Zero to the excitement in my face just kind of quickly just drained out. I'm sure. I mean, it's fine. I'm not a huge a battle royale person, so taking F-Zero and putting it into a battle royale is not exciting to me at all. So, and I said in the podcast with the Juices Loose guys that that's not F-Zero. F-Zero is a racing game, and it's about racing and strategizing your way to get to the leader of the pack and dealing with the cool tracks and all that. I don't know how cool the tracks are, and I don't know how many tracks there are. I mean, I guess I should play it just to see, but I know I'm not going to play it for too long. And who knows how long it'll even be up, because Nintendo is known to take these games down, and they're just vaporware. They're gone. So I don't want to get too invested, because I don't think it'll be around forever. Or it doesn't have to be around forever, but a long enough time for me to get my fill, even if I did care about that type of game. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. They're acknowledging F-Zero's a thing. But again, for me, it is a remaster side game of nobody's favorite F-Zero game, which is the first one on Super Nintendo. So cool that they did it, but it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I know I'm missing something. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I don't know why they're calling it that. I think it's stupid. Just call it Luigi Mansion 2 Dark Moon. Give it a subtitle. That way people who play Dark Moon knows that's what it is, and you don't have to put this stupid HD thing on it, because it's like the most boring label you can throw on something, because everything's HD today. So it's just like, oh, HD. Oh, so the standard definition that we all have. HD doesn't really mean anything anymore, as far as I'm concerned, because everything's HD. And so HD has become SD, because it's a standard definition. At this point, right? They shouldn't even call it HD. They should just call it SD. It's the standard. But anyway, it's cool that they bring Luigi's Mansion 2 or Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon to Switch. It clearly looks like a 3DS game blown up, with some fixes here and there. I won't play it that way. I love the 3DS version because I love the 3D in it. The 3D makes the game look so good, and you're gonna lose that with Luigi's Mansion 2 on Switch. So it's not going to be something I actually play. I'll probably buy it for the collection at some point, but didn't move me really at all. Mario versus Donkey Kong. A lot of people are confused by this, but yes, it's a remake of the original Game Boy Advance game. And it's a very good game. It is a good game, but it's a puzzle platformer that's not for everybody. It's a little bit niche. or niche, however you pronounce it. So it's not going to be a game for everybody, but it is a really good game if you're into puzzle platformers. I think even if you're not into puzzle platformers, it's a pretty cool game. So I'll definitely pick that up and play that again. I actually I have it twice. I bought it back in the day, but I also have it on the Ambassadors program for the 3DS. It was one of the games they gave you for free as an ambassador for the 3DS, so I have it there. And it's really good. Like I said, it's a really good game. If you're into puzzle platformers, if it looks mildly interesting to you, I think you should buy it. And I mean, there were other games in there, some third-party stuff, some indie stuff. I'm just trying to go through the things that stuck out to me, which is mostly Nintendo stuff, and obviously Princess Peach Showtime, I think it's called. That looked really cool. I'm a little worried that it might end up being not as cool as it looks. The premise seems pretty solid, but that could also end up becoming a little gimmicky and tedious. If it does kind of what Luigi's Mansion did, where it has all these cool theme things you're doing, and the gameplay kind of changes. Although Luigi's Mansion gameplay didn't really change, but it had all these cool themes that made the game more interesting the further you got, and I could see that being the case with Super Princess Peach, Princess Peach Showtime. But also it could also be like I said, be kind of bland and just a gimmick, and doesn't really add anything to the gameplay the more you go. So I'm believing with Nintendo's pedigree that it will be the 4, but it definitely could be the latter. So we'll see. But I'm interested. Obviously, it's a new game, so that's cool. And I feel like I pretty much covered everything I wanted to. I mean, like I said, there's other things in there, but those are the highlights for me. And yeah, overall, if I had to give it a grade, I give it a C. It was an okay direct, but it looked like a transitional direct. It looked like Nintendo's about to transition to their new hardware, and they're kind of holding some things close to the vest. And we'll see next year the NG Switch, next gen Switch. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Were you super excited for stuff? Have you not played some of this stuff? Another thing that was said was, oh well, 1,000-Year Door. If you buy it today, it's $100. Well, I don't think anybody's looking to buy, unless you're some kind of collector, looking to buy a new game for your GameCube in 2023 or 2024. So they say, oh, it's $100, and that game's over $100, and this game is only $60, which is probably going to be. So, but I'm like, that's kind of a weird thing to say, because if, again, if you're somebody who has nostalgia for Paper Mario, 1,000-Year Door, you probably played it, you probably own it on GameCube. I do. So, that's not really an incentive with it being cheaper, because I already own it, or I already played it of somebody else. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you again for watching and listening, and I'll see you folks next time. Peace out.